What is up, ladies and gents? We are back with the absolute best guide to understanding the trait system in Throne and Liberty. What are traits and are they important? Traits are important because they are substats that enhance your overall damage and ability to pump out skills or retain defensive ability to a much higher degree than gear that does not have traits. Bear with me because this video will be a little longer than my usual videos, but the developers did a horrible system that didn't explain very well, so I troubleshooted many steps to make sure I can explain this for the general player base. For starters, the easy method. When you have an item, you can look into the item's list of traits that it can potentially drop. Do this when you click the item, go to the trait list, and showcase the list of 6 total traits the item could potentially drop. What does that mean? It means that when you farm said item or craft the item, upon craft it drops one of these traits in the 3 lock sections for free. As you can see, the Strike Battlefield Sword can roll melee hit, critical heavy, or daemoness damage, health regen, or mana cost efficiency. You get one of these for free, and the other 2 locked traits you need to farm and add on by drop. This means you cannot add other substats such as max mana trait, for example, to this weapon because it's limited to the 6 it provides. You farm the weapon or craft it, and once you get the 3 that you want, you go add them into the traits tab and add it in. There are 2 ways you can add a new trait. The first is via the same weapon that rolls a different trait you want to use. The second is going into the marketplace and either buying the same weapon that has the trait that you want or buying a weapon trait in the auction house for cheap. Do not extract your own gear to add a trait if it's the same weapon. For example, Strike Battlefield Sword with melee critical hit and you're adding Strike Battlefield Sword with melee hit. You don't have to extract your own gear to add it in if it's the same weapon already. You only add extractions if they're from the marketplace. Your own gear you can add directly if it's in the same 6 trait list. Let's go over what we know. You can't add different traits into an item if the substat doesn't match the 6 it rolls with. Second, you can't add traits from different gear. It has to be the same item piece. Lastly, leveling the traits that provide substantial value, but they must be of the same class, such as weapon to weapon, cloak to cloak. Grade doesn't matter if it's within the leveling list. Leveling gear is where it gets messy, so to not overwhelm you with information, I will make a separate video. Click through my playlist and look for leveling traits so I can walk you through that as well. That's everything you need to know for adding new traits, not leveling. Leveling gets messy, so if you enjoyed this comprehensive guide, please drop a comment that says the trait system is buns, so I know you at least made it to the end. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Western, I will add the leveling guide for traits. Thanks guys. As always, stay blessed.